Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a fully customizable dynamic yearly calendar using Google Sheets. You will learn how to pick any month, year, and even choose whether your week starts on Sunday or Monday. So let's get started. Let's begin by setting up our custom sheet. In column C, I'll enter the names of the 12 months, and in column B, I'll enter the numbers from 1 to 12. Similarly, in column E, I'll enter the names of the weekdays, and in column D, I'll enter the numbers from 1 to 7. This setup will help us reference the months and weekdays easily as we build our dynamic calendar. Next, in column G, I'll add headers for month name, month number, year, date, and day. Now in the main sheet, which is our yearly calendar, I'll merge cells B3 to D3 for the month name and merge cells E3 to H3 for the dropdown. Similarly, I'll merge cells for the year and start day. Now I'll add a dropdown for the month. From the Insert tab, select Dropdown. In the pop-up box, choose Dropdown from Range under Criteria and select the date range from our custom sheet, which is C3 to C14, containing all the month names we entered earlier. In advanced options, you can choose the display style of the dropdown. I'll go with the arrow style and then click Done. Next, I'll enter the year manually. And finally, I'll quickly add a drop down for the start day. Just like before, I'll go to the Insert tab, select drop down, and in the pop-up box, choose drop down from Range under Criteria. This time, I'll select the range from our custom sheet, which is E3 to E4, allowing the user to choose either Sunday or Monday as the start day of the week. Again, in advanced options, I'll choose the arrow style for the drop-down and then click Done. Now in the customized sheet, in front of month name, give the cell reference from the calendar sheet, cell E3. For month number, I'll use VLOOKUP. The first argument search key is what we are looking for. So select the cell with the chosen month name, that is H3. For the range in VLOOKUP, we need to create an array since the month numbers are the leftmost column. Start with curly bracket, then select the range for month names C3 to C14, followed by a comma, and then select the month numbers B3 to B14. Now close the curly bracket. For the index argument, enter 2 as the month numbers are in the second column. Add another comma, and for the is sorted argument, enter 0 to indicate the data is not sorted. So we have got the month number 7 for July, but you can choose any month name to check. Next, add the cell reference for the year. Now let's create the date to display the first day of the selected month from the drop-down. Equals date. The date function requires 3 arguments, year, month, and day. For the year argument, use the value in cell H5. For the month argument, use the month number calculated with the VLOOKUP formula in cell H4. For the day argument, enter 1 since we want the first day of the selected month. Now let's add the cell reference for the day. Now I'll calculate the first date of the 12 months starting from the user selected month. For the first month's date, I'll use the reference in cell H6. For the subsequent dates, I'll use the eDate function, which helps to add a specific number of months to a given date. It takes two arguments, the start date and the number of months to add. For the start date, I'll reference cell and for the months I'll enter 1. This will give us the first day of the next month. Then I'll simply drag the formula down to fill in the next 10 months, creating a full year of dates. Next, in column K, I'll use the weekday formula to get the weekday number for each date. This will help us identify which day of the week corresponds to each date we calculated. Now let's proceed by subtracting the weekday number from the calculated date, which will give us a new date. Next, we'll calculate the first Sunday and first Monday for each month using the if function. The condition we'll check is whether the weekday of the first date of the selected month equals to 1, which represents Sunday in Google Sheets. If this condition is true, we want to return the value in cell J3. If the condition is false, meaning the first day is not a Sunday, we'll add 1 day to the value in cell L3. I'm adding dollar signs to the column K, J and L to keep the references fixed. Now let's compute the value of the first Monday for the selected month using the if function. The condition we are checking is whether the weekday of the first day of the selected month is 1, indicating Sunday. If the condition is true, we'll subtract 6 days from the first date. If the condition is false, we'll add 2 days to the date in cell L3. Now let's determine the first day of each month using the if function. The condition we are checking is whether the user selected Sunday from the dropdown. If this condition is true, meaning Sunday was selected, we'll use the value in cell M3 as the first day of the calendar. If the condition is false, meaning Monday was selected, we'll use the value in cell N3 as the first day of the calendar. Now I'll create headers for each month. In column Q, I'll use the month function to get the month number for each date. In column R, I'll use the VLOOKUP function to retrieve the month names. In column S, I'll use the year function to extract the year from each date in column J. Next, I'll create headers for each month in column T by using the formula equals R3 ampersand space in double quotes, again ampersand sign and S3. This combines the month name with the year, creating a clear header for each month. With the first date and header column ready, I'll use these to create the yearly calendar. Now in the yearly calendar sheet, merge cells from B5 to H5 for the month header and add a cell reference to automatically update the header. In cell B7, add a cell reference to the first date of the month. You'll notice it displays the full date, but we only need the day. To fix this, select number from the Format tab, then choose Custom Date and Time. Select the format that displays the day without a leading 0, and we'll have just the day. Next, in cell C7, add a reference to cell B7 and add 1 to it. Drag this formula across to cell H7 to fill in the dates for the rest of the week. For the next line, select cell B8, add a reference to cell B7 and add 7 to it. In cell C8, add a reference to cell B8 and add 1. Then drag this across to cell H8 Now copy cells B8 to H8 and paste them in the following rows to fill out the rest of the calendar. Next, to display the days of the week in cell B6 to H6, I'll use the text function, which converts a date into a text string based on a specified format. The text function takes two arguments, the number or date and the format. For the number, I'll add a reference to cell B7, which is the first date in our calendar. For the format, I'll use triple D in double quotes to display the abbreviated weekday name. Then drag the formula across to cell H6 to fill in the days for the rest of the week. Next, select the calendar and I'll quickly add borders to it. Now I'll select the first row to highlight the dates from the previous month. To do this, choose conditional formatting from the Format tab. In the pop-up box, select Custom Formulas from the drop-down menu. In the formula box, use the day function equals day B7 greater than 7. This formula checks if the day of the date in cell B7 is greater than 7, indicating its date from the previous month. If the condition is true, the formatting will change to highlight these dates. Adjust the formatting as desired and click Done. Now I'll select the last two rows to highlight the dates from the next month. Click Add another rule in the formatting box. Again, choose Custom Formulas from the drop-down menu. This formula checks if the day is less than 15, indicating it's a date from the next month. Adjust the formatting as desired to highlight these dates, then click Done. You can check the formatting by selecting different months from the drop-down. Next, I'll do some quick formatting. I'll change the font size, adjust the column widths, add borders, and I'll update the background and font color to make the calendar look visually appealing. I forgot to highlight today's date. To do this, select all the dates in the calendar, then choose Conditional Formatting from the Format tab. Click on Add another rule. Select Date is from the drop-down and then choose Today from the options below. I'll change the background color for today's date. You can pick from the given set of colors or enter a hex value for a custom color. Now I'll copy the calendar and paste it to create the next month. I'll update the header and the first date cell reference accordingly. I'll repeat this process for all the months in the yearly calendar to ensure everything is correctly displayed. Once done, remove the grid lines and also delete any extra columns and rows. Next, I'll add two rows at the top. Then select cells from B2 to X3 and merge them. I'll add cell references for the first and last months from the header column in the customized sheet. You can also use the upper function to format the text in uppercase. Add any final touches and our customized digital yearly calendar is complete. Thank you for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more tips and tricks. See you in the next video. Thank you.